Mm-hmm. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on what time zone you're in or what time you're watching this video. And oh boy, am I excited to be watching this video because the day has come. Money Game Part 3, guys, is here, and honestly, we're not gonna wait any longer. I love you all. But let's get into this one, shall we? All right. Ooh, I love that. He's wearing the mask. He's got the mask on. I love that heavy somber into like this gentle key. Oh, that's so clean. It's almost like a moment of realization, the music too, like that falling into your own mind, and then we get a shot of him reflected on the piano, like he's thinking about his choices, the life that's led this way, and I swear, I think that's a noose around the neck, which is like the whole, you know, like if you don't play the game, you die, but also you're forced to play the game because they'll kill you. Not only because, like, it's twofold, because one is you're literally almost feeling like you're at gunpoint, having to do it, like we go back to Money Game Part 1, but then on top of that, you feel like you yourself will die as an individual if you don't participate in the game. So it's not just they are forcing you to do it, but your mind is forcing you to do it, and that's where we get the reflection. The world's turning upside down over on itself as we start to think about that. Bro, holy Christ. And look at it's like they're trapped. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh my God. I love the red tie, like the blood red tie. Another moment of... There's our boy. Yo. Wait. Hang on, was that? We'll get there, but wow, Ren is looking fantastic. Oh my God, look. Guys, I'm not prepared. I'm not. I know I'm not. Oh my God. I love that he kept the other person who took his place in his sights, but he unmasked himself. It's almost like he's coming to that understanding that, God damn, I was a part of that game. But on top of that, it's Joe's song. It's for Joe that's bringing us out of it, bringing us out of the money game. Holy crap. Oh.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. 1 year old and his first words were mine, mine, gimme. 2 years old he was walking, 3 years old walking quickly. 4 years old he was running round the pavements of his city. 5 years old and his daddy told him, listen here son, you gotta learn to be a man. A man, he works for what he wants. 6 years old and he's reading, writing, top of the bunch. And when he's 7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old and he's praised for unusual grades. 9, his parents paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends. His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends. 14,
Bro, oh my god, I don't even know where to stop. I don't even really want to stop, but like I gotta talk about this because it's like that. I see this, you know what I mean? Like I see this in classrooms. It's like almost like the pressure, the intense pressure to be perfect in everything that you do, and this happens to students all the time. And you suffer through it, but you don't even realize how traumatic that can be. Because if you're trying to be perfect all the time and you're told that this is how you have to be, this is how you have to get to, this is what you have to do, even though that's the standard that's set by society, not a standard that should be held by everybody, you're always aiming for something that maybe not even is attainable. In most cases, it's not. In almost all cases, it's not to be perfect. No one can be perfect. Nobody. But you're expected to be perfect from the day that you were raised, from the day to the day that you die, right? And that's what we're getting here. But on top of that, look at the surroundings. It's this trapped box that we're inside, like almost this dystopian setup for when this child is born, immediately they're put into the game. We've got the noose, we've got the mask. Oh, Jesus Christ. And Ren is looking at it all now, saying, holy smokes. This is what's happening. This is the story that gets told. This is terrible. And the story itself, all that pressure, man. Oh my God. Okay. Holy.
9, his parents paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends. His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends. 14, solving complex mathematical equations. At 15,
the clothes change too.
150, still elevating. 16, he develops complex software code that detects weaknesses in cybersecurity protocols. 17, and he sells his vision, keeping the share. Not yet an adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18, and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns.
Yo, when he does the growl, honestly, so dope, man. But oh my God, you can feel the intensity, and that's exactly it, right? Like he's getting his share of the money, but look how much Ren had before. He just gave him like a little sample, and he's like, take it, go. I'm gonna keep all this though, because that's mine. You get a share, not the whole thing. And even though he did all the work, he designed the program. He did all the coding, and yet he's getting this meager amount compared to what Ren has. And Ren is simulating the act of it's everything that we see around us, right? This is what happens. You go to work, you get paid a small meager amount for the things that you do in most cases. And the higher ups keep most of the rest of the money for themselves in most cases. Not always, but definitely majority. And this is how it feels. And you worked all that time, worked so hard to be so perfect because you were sold the dream from the day that you were born. And we don't even realize that the cycle is happening sometimes. We don't even realize as parents that we're putting our children into that cycle. We do it because that's what we know. And that's what this whole money game is about. It's about breaking that freaking vicious cycle. Oh, I'm getting hyped, Ren. Hit me again, Ren. Let's go.
Protocols. 17, and he sells his vision, keeping the share. Not yet an adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18, and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposits. 21, his income rockets. 22, he learns the truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24, he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25, and his daddy tells him, listen here, son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 20.
Bro, listen to it all. It's like, yeah, you keep getting all this stuff, and every time you look to this person who's supposed to be guiding you, who's supposed to be teaching you about life, every time you do it, they're like, yeah, but you could do more. And you could replace that with any kind of figure, right? Any almost kind of like a hierarchy figure. Someone up here, whenever you do something nice, like, cool, keep doing it, keep getting better, because this is nice, but it's not great, right? And you're constantly berated with this idea that you're not good enough. So you keep striving, you keep pushing further, because you also come to the conclusion that the world works in that way, because that's what you've been taught all your life. And it's not even a lie, because that's how it usually happens all around the world. You're constantly sold the idea that you have to do better, you have to be better, you have to make more money, you have to have more power all the time. It's never enough. And that's the whole money game. Holy crap. I am so hyped by this song already. The piano is perfect. It's going to the rhythm. It's accelerating when we're getting more and more into this story. The keys are hitting at the perfect points. But then on top of that, everybody in the room has the mask on. Everybody in the room has the noose on, because we're all part of the money game. Holy shit, guys. Oh my God.
In his name, 25
and the voice, the vocals, like the way that he's saying it, he almost is mocking it, but he also knows that he's a part of it and he's enjoying it because he's enjoying the fame. You can see it. This is his rise. Holy.
Crystal and cocaine. 24, he makes the Forbes list. They're applauding his name. 25, and his daddy tells him, listen here, son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 26, a business shift. He switches business to arms. He's 27, dealing nuclear and shells in Iran. 28, inside the Senate, money bought him a seat. He's 29, a role of counsel in the president's suite. Now he's 30. His daddy says you're losing the race. You're just a servant to the king, not even in second place. 31, a big maneuver for his daddy's approval, moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 32, moving grams, going kilos to tons. He's 33.
Yeah, I listened to the music. It turned to this like dark overture that you're hearing in the background. Damn it. Oh my God. And we got this setup of like the drug dealer's desk. And remember, we heard earlier, he's bending the truth now. And so the truth in his mind is also being bent, where it's like, it's okay to make these small changes. I'm just dealing a little bit of drugs. It's not like anyone's getting hurt. Oh, I'm just dealing a massive amount of drugs. It's not like anyone's hurt. I'm just working in nuclear arms. It's not like anyone's getting hurt. And you just keep going with that, because you're bending the truth not only for others, you're bending the data for others, what they see, but you're also bending the data in your mind to fit what fits your truth. Oh my God, dude. This is wild.
For his daddy's approval, moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 32, moving grams, growing kilos to tons. He's 33, filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34, turf war with nobody to stop it.
World's turning all over again.
Inside of his pocket.
Money literally makes the world go round. And he's the money. Holy, because he spun the... God damn.
33, filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34, turf war with nobody to stop it. Blind eye from the po-po inside of his pocket. "35, he gets the call. I'm sorry, son, but it's your father. Had a heart attack. I'm sorry, he's gone. 36, getting pissed off, abusing his product. 37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38, with a prostitute, a moment of passion, heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. 39, getting reckless and hungry for power. Daddy's words are still driving him to kill and devour. Makes a move against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. They retaliate and leave him in a hospital ward. A bullet buried in his vertebra and one in his leg. The doctor sighs and says, I don't think you'll be walking again. Fuck.
Bro, what? Yo, the demeanor change of Ren in every aspect of this. We started off kind of calm, collected. He's almost like regal. And then as we start to progress, he gets more engaged, more energetic, more pursuant almost. And then we get to this part where it's like chaos starts rising, so his voice has gone up. And then we get that like almost like manic version of Ren again, almost Screech-ish version of Ren, where he's just angry, right? And so he's now delving into all the things that he shouldn't be, all the things that he doesn't realize he's doing it to get away from all his feelings, but it's those feelings he needs to engage in. And yet all of that is leading to this massive buildup of when he just loses it all because he feels like he's lost everything in this moment, where he's now can't even walk, which is all a result of that one seed that was planted when he was a kid. Holy crap. Oh my god. And I love that it's a red tie, because just the symbolism of like a bloody game, you know what I mean? Bro, the production, the piano is amazing, but also just the cinematography, the fact that we have so many moving parts to this scene, and it's all flowing. Jeez, man. But also the story, oh my god, this is insane. And he's faced with the ghosts of his past. Oh, and he's still the maestro.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. He was 40 and he cursed the words mine, mine, gimme. 41 he wasn't
Dominoes,
walking.
bro.
42 not walking quickly. 43 never running round the pavements of his city. 44 inside a palace with a mountain of gold, but those riches turn to rubble and perspective evolves. Weighing heavy on his conscience is the value of gold. Lamborghini for a life, trading money for souls. Jimmy followed the code inside the land of the free. Put your hand inside the cookie jar, take more than you need. And his example is exaggerated versions of me, and it's a version of him, and it's a version of she, and it's a version.
Bro, and his example is an exaggerated version of me, because it's like I'm still part of that money game, even though I'm not dealing with billions, even though I'm not dealing with death and life, or literally dealing death. I'm still part of the game, and it's still something that I can parallel that experience. Now, if you found this haunting, think about your own life. That's what Ren's saying. If you found this to be something that moved you, something that made you fear almost who Jimmy was, well, think about it. We're all a part of that same game to some extent. And even though it might not be the same level, being a part of it at all, you need to be aware that you're a part of it in order to break out of that vicious cycle. So that's what he's showing you here. He's giving you the opportunity to reflect, which is what he was doing at the start of the video. God damn, guys. And this second section is all like a revisit of the first bit, but every part is now tainted in his mouth, because when he started to realize what really mattered, none of that shit mattered. None of it mattered. Because what he lost was his soul, his humanity, all of that in order to get to the point that he was at, and it's just not worth it. Holy man. And just the way Ren is, oh my god, there's so much, I can't talk about it all in one video.
And inside the cookie jar, take more than you need. And his example is exaggerated versions of me, and it's a version of him, and it's a version of she, and it's a version of you. There's no escaping the blame. The way we live is parasitic. Fuck the money and fame. Cut the music.
Oh.
This isn't entertainment. This is real life. The way we live is lunacy, community, it declines. Hyperpolarized, always fighting, then we divide. Truth is less important than the money that we designed. Money's an invention. Politics from our invention. They all come from people's ideas. Did I mention? Border's an invention. Law and order fuel the tension. It leads to people killing each other. My solution?
He got in his coat. I hope he just takes the bullets out. That'd be wild.
Everything is subject to change. We could build utopias if individuals were taught to use their brains. But if we teach kids in schools to always be sheep and put themselves before the herd if there's more money for me, then there's no future I see where the humans survive. We're parasites inside a petri dish with cannibal minds. Mold will grow upon the surface then consumes till it dies. And our fate could be the same without this story to the wise.
What in the what?
"45. Jimmy comes home out of the rain, soaking wet upon a wheelchair, drinking again. He is everything he wants, he is fortune and fame. He's a fortunate fool with an unfortunate fate, with a 45 caliber aimed at his brain. 45 a fitting number cause his age is the same. Here's the words of his father, it's such a damn shame. Then he presses on the trigger of a money game."
I don't even like I don't even know like I don't everything that he talked about is just so goddamn important. And it is literally something we are taught from birth, that you should be competing, that you should be working to make yourself above everyone else because that's what this world is about. And in a way, it's not a lie, because the truth is that the world feels like that right now. But that doesn't mean that's the way that it should be. And that's the whole point, is that even though you might have this child who's being spoken to, told that you need to work hard your whole life, you need to earn as much money as you possibly can, you need to accrue as much power as you possibly can, and that's the name of the game. It does not have to be that way. It's pushed to be that way. There are things in motion behind the scenes that we don't necessarily get to see, many of us will never be privy to, that happens in the background, that strings us along like puppets into this game. And we don't even realize it's happening 99% of the time. And that's why music like this, that's why I can't even call this a music video. That's why experiences like this are so damn important, because they help you to realize, to reflect on the problems that actually exist. There are people in power that don't give a shit about most of us. There are people that make a ton of money that do not care about what happens to us. And yet we still work our entire lives around ideas that exist, that they pushed out, that they fabricated and gave to us. And we have now, almost like as a society, just succumbed to, thinking that that's just the way that it is for some of us, or not even realizing that it's happening. And yet Ren is here, trying to tell us, trying to help awaken an entire species to the idea that it doesn't have to be that way, that you don't have to be raised thinking that you have to outcompete everyone else that's out there, that we can live peacefully, that we can live equally in all ways. But we're told that we can't. We're consumerism in terms of politics, in terms of everything. We're told that that's not possible. Well, of course it's possible. Even like one of the things that he says that borders are a lie, and that's so true, right? Like, it's not like in the land there's a line that says, yeah, this is Canada, this is America, this is whatever. I only say those two because I'm in Canada, America's right next to us. But like, that doesn't exist. We make those lines, and we draw those lines not just across the earth, but across people, and we divide. And that just can't happen. Because in order for us to continue to be a species that persists, and not in the way that we are right now, not in the parasitic way that Ren mentions, but in a way that is beneficial to all, we have to break out of that mindset. And that's what he's driving home here. So when he makes this music, it's not just because it's music that's cool. It's not just because it's music that catches people's attention. It's because it's music that he hopes makes moves and makes changes in the world. And that's why I freaking love Ren. Because his mind isn't working to make himself come out on top. but it understands how to use the things that are happening all around us in a way to push into a positive direction. And that's what we need in this moment. And that's what we talk about all the time here. We can make changes, we can improve the world, but only if we want to, and only if we realize the things that we're doing are creating the problems half the time, if not 99% of the time. And I don't mean people individually. I don't mean I'm doing it specifically. I don't mean you're doing it specifically. It's not like each of us has the entirety of power to do the same things that people at the top levels do. But if we realize that as a collective, as a group of people, as a family, not just a species, if we work together and make moves as a unit, well, then our power is insurmountable. And that's what the money game, what the whole series is about. Yo, honestly, I don't even know. I knew to expect greatness from this song. I knew to expect greatness from this experience, but again, I'm caught off guard by the sheer brilliance. To have the story be written almost like chapters of the life, but they're written with the years of the age, and then it parallels a story that's so hauntingly familiar that all of us, in some way, shape, or form, can relate to, even if it's small, and then to tell us to reflect as a result and then think about what that provides. Because in the end of his story, in the end of Jimmy's story, it wasn't a happy ending. Even though he was told, keep doing all these things and you'll get that happy ending, his ended with a bullet. And that's what we're doing right now through the money game. Jeez, man. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna go break the replay button. I don't know about y'all, but holy, what a banger, what an experience, what a motivator. You know what I mean? This is literally inspirational. Most of his music is, but just, and then obviously like the directing, the production, all of that is amazing, but that message, man, that message. Okay. Geez. I hope that your week is better than your day, your month is better than your week, and your year is better than your month. I freaking love you all, man. Let's make a difference. Let's make a difference. And I will see you on the next one. Holy. Holy.